What do you want questions?
Questions.
Transitioning to a new role this year, what was that process like for you, and why do you want to stay here?
Oh, I mean, shoot. Well, I love this place. I love Coach Prime. I love the mission and the journey that we're on. So, my role is irrelevant. Whatever my job is, that's what I'm going to do. And we got a great group of guys. We got a great offensive unit. We're going to score a lot of points this year, and the tight ends are going to play an important role in that.
Kind of building off that through 10 practices, how exactly does the tight end fit into this new offense?
Yeah, well, Coach Shermer, he's an NFL guy. He's a West Coast guy, and his history over time has shown tremendous production out of his tight end rooms, and so we're going to advertise that position. And there's just a multitude of things that they're going to have to be asked to do in the run game, in the throw game. So we're trying to detail all of that right now, and we're embracing every single scheme. Every single assignment that we have. We're just trying to carve out those details.
From your perspective, last year, now you have a new scheme. What was it about the scheme last year that seemed like at a certain point it kind of stopped working? I know you had injuries and other things that came up. But from your perspective, what was that, and how is it going to change this year?
There was things last year that did work for us, and there will be some carryover with that. Obviously, last year depth is an issue. There's a variety of things that you could point at, but ultimately it falls on coaches, and it falls on players to be united and get the job done. So I think the biggest difference you'll see is us basically this year just being a little slower and just making sure we're getting lined up and we execute properly. We know the play, we know the assignment. Now let's just go play fast.
What have you seen from Shimon Mateer so far? That you obviously liked him coming out from the portal, and then how has he kind of translated so far?
So right now with Shimon, I mean, every day, what we talk about is just developing consistency. Some days are better than others. Right now, every facet of his game is great. He's just got to be more consistent catching the ball down the field and making contested catches, and that's overall as a group right now. But he shows up, he works. We need to develop more consistency right now.
But the flashes are there with him that you guys.
The flashes are there, absolutely. Yep.
You've been around Shedeur for a long time now. Where do you feel his game is at now? I mean, he's talking about him being the #1 pick in the draft. What have you seen?
He gets better and better every single year, and I saw growth from him last year, coming from Jackson State, and I've seen another jump this year to where he's at right now in the spring. He's the most accurate quarterback I've ever been around. He throws a deadly deep ball. I think you saw it out there today in practice. He's able to create and get you out of really bad situations, throw on the move, do all that good stuff. His intellect is off the charts. He's able to call out protections, get the offensive line right, make checks on the perimeter that we got to. So there's a lot that Coach Shermer is able to put on his plate. But he's just gotten better and better every single year, and he's gotten smarter and smarter every single year. Especially being in this scheme this year, it's really going to pay dividends for him at the next level.
Coach, where did the idea come from to move Savell and Morgan over to your room? And was that their idea, your idea, and how did that process go?
I think just collectively as a group, Savell, I don't think it was one decision where they came up to us, or it was like we kind of sat down as a staff and we're looking at guys' strengths and where they could help this football team, and those are two big body guys that play physical. And so for whatever reason, it wasn't clicking on defense. So again, what we're asking our tight ends to do, they got to be physical, they got to be able to run, and both those two guys, they carry traits that could transition to the tight end position. Savell Smalls, he was a receiver in high school and then transitioned to DN. Morgan, same thing. He's got natural athletic ability. He's got natural ball skills. But now for us this spring, it's basically about, again, carving out those details specifically for the tight end position, making sure we're stepping the right way, hand placement, all that good stuff. And they're coming along. They're getting better and better each day.
Do you feel like it's clicking for them on offense?
I do. Yeah, I do. The plan is now. Everything is about now. And so, whether we're 9-10 practices in like Savell or Morgan, it don't matter. I'm gonna get you ready to play this year, and that's non-negotiable. And they're doing a good job with it.
How about Passarella? How's he doing?
Well, he's still recovering. So it's week to week with him right now. So, but he's around. He's positive. He's great for the group.
Coach, with the portal opening, how much turnover do you expect out of your room this spring?
You never know. I don't anticipate any, but if that were the case, then, you know, it's next man up, and we're always looking. We're always to upgrade the roster and elevate the tight end room for the University of Colorado. Awesome.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you, Doug.